Welcome to another weekly wrap up.
With Preezy and Topher.
I guess we can talk about Father's Day. Nothing really happened for me, and that's because I don't have a dad. It's cool. I deal. What'd you do for Father's Day, Chris?
Yeah, it happens. People die.
True.
Anyways, I was in Chapel Hill. I was not back in Burlington with my pops on Father's Day, but I did see him today. I get back at least once a month to Burlington, so he knows I love him. I don't think I need to show my affection on that particular day just because society tells me to. So I'm not gonna feel bad for not seeing my dad on Father's Day.
Hell yeah. Fuck your calendar.
Right.
Okay. Also on Father's Day, the Cavaliers won. Isn't that great?
Yes.
Word?
Yeah. I remember, right when they won, LeBron James, he was on the floor for
LeBron's a hoe.
at least a minute, just like with his face buried into
like a
the
little biatch.
floor. Yeah, it was kind of like, all right, LeBron, respect, like you finally got the ring for Cleveland, but this is a little over dramatic. It's a little overhyped.
I'm just saying, if you're like Kanye knows he's great, Kanye doesn't have to jizz every time he drops a great album or a great project.
I feel like he kind of does, though. I feel like Kanye is jizzing 24/7. Like, you cannot put a stop on how much he loves himself, his self-love. He's always ranting on Twitter about how he's great.
Isn't that what the greats do?
Yeah, it is.
So LeBron being a humble little bitch is kind of whack, right? He could just not be humble. He could not be humble in public. That'd be nicer. That'd be real humble.
Oh, you were saying that he was being. Oh, you're saying him kneeling down.
Expressing that level of humility in public is almost not humble.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, but then again, it might have just been in the heat of the moment. It may have just been, one of those moments. Finally, I did it, which is great because there's been a lot of pressure on basically all the United States, definitely from Cleveland, for LeBron to, get a championship for Cleveland. I feel like it's been decades since they've gotten a championship, any type of big time sport.
I feel like this anti-LeBron debate will always just go into an infinite circle where the anti-LeBron party will just keep talking shit about LeBron because that's what shit talkers do. They just come up with shit to talk about.
Right.
And then people that know LeBron or diehard LeBron fans will always just defend LeBron to the best of their ability. And numbers don't lie at the end of the day.
True. I wish I was familiar enough with sports to drop some statistics about LeBron James, but I mean, he's a great player. You see him, he leads the team. He's just he's a powerhouse. He does work.
Fair enough. Okay, well that was Sunday. What happened the rest of the week? Brexit happened. We can talk about Brexit.
Yes, that was yesterday.
British exit, I guess that's the acronym. Or is
yes.
Okay.
British exit.
Safe to assume. I was on Twitter going, "What the fuck is Brexit? Sounds like a candy bar or a cereal."
The first time I heard about it was actually this week from John Oliver. I saw his show about it the day before the vote happened, which was on Thursday. They decided it was a referendum, so the people of Britain voted on this particular issue, and they decided they wanted to leave the European Union. In the social media, it was for a few weeks leading up to this, it was Brexit versus Remain. And I think what they were saying was the people who usually tended to vote to exit the European Union were tended to be older people, tended to be Caucasians, tended to be living in not cities, more suburbs or suburbs or rural areas. So I thought that was interesting, different types of population. I think it was the British Independence Party who had kind of stirred this animosity towards the EU. They're very similar to the Tea Party here in the United States, but they had a lot of anti-immigrant dialogue and propaganda that kind of, I think, definitely pushed Britain over to the leaving EU decision. So it's kind of interesting to see people like Donald Trump in other countries because America gets so much slack for Donald Trump and the Tea Party, but you see the radical right rising in other places too, and it's definitely scary. It's definitely not it's a closed-minded type of ideology, and very limiting freedoms from the far right. But
I like how, like, I don't know, minorities are quick. Like, I guess we're called minorities in the grand scheme of things because white people are the dominant race or something. I don't know, but like, how come there's just why isn't there like a large white population in India? You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, there's a large Indian population in like Britain and America.
Yeah.
Like what? What?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, they don't want us to come there, but they don't want to come over to our place either, and that I don't know. It's.
But to be honest, I probably wouldn't want to live in India.
True. Yeah, fair enough.
It's like there's so many mosquitoes. The tropical weather can be nice if you have access to AC.
I imagine it'll be like white people living in India in like 10, 15 years. Like a bunch of computer science nerds just like learn Hindi and move over.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that they definitely post up. Definitely go there for vacation a lot. You know, something exotic.
Well, that's interesting. That's what caused like Brexit to happen, of all things. Like you said, we get all the flack for Donald Trump, and then when it happens around in other countries, we bat an eye at it.
True. I guess America does have much more influence, so that's why we get so much heat from around the world. So we kind of can't we can't get angry at other people for calling us out because we're the most influential country in the world. So we're gonna get called out on our shit all the time.
Big dick swinging country of
the
world. I think that's a term I've heard before.
We've got so many. I can't remember the exact amount of military bases that we have, but we have so
300.
many. Probably something like that. Yeah. Got our troops spread out, ready to exert our influence.
I guess that's the semi-serious stuff. What else? Did anything else like radical happen this week?
So taking it to a more national level, we got a little international there with Brexit, but there's a sit-in this Wednesday, a 25-hour sit-in from the House of Representatives. This was led by Congressman John Lewis, who is a Democrat, and this was like a civil rights type of grassroots sit-in sort of protest, and this was targeted towards basically the Senate and the House doing nothing about gun legislation, which is kind of ridiculous.
Fucking
that
NRA,
the NRA is so powerful, so much money.
Everybody get money from the NRA. It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. It's so sad that
everybody really likes guns. Apparently, I mean, like, we knew that, but they like guns this much where we can't try to like help the world a little, like just help our country a little bit.
Right. And I feel like what we're asking, what's being asked in this legislation is not a lot. It's asking for people on the no-fly list to have background checks before they could buy their gun, and basically they can't buy a gun until they get a background check. So
it's the predominantly like, I hate throwing white people under the bus, but like it's a predominantly white government. So in the House of Representatives, I assume they are. There's some of them that are on the no-fly list. That's probably why, or maybe like I don't know. It could be anybody in a political position that's on a no-fly list. But I doubt it. Like, how does that affect you? Do you have like homies that are on the no-fly list? If so, they probably shouldn't get a gun, right? Because they're on a no-fly list. Like, I don't know.
Right. I mean, there have been, and like a lot of people who are on no-fly lists are also people who may be suspected of being terrorists, and people who are suspected of being terrorists. We should definitely, as a government, take that precaution in which we limit their access to guns, or make sure that they're not dangerous before we give them some type of instrument that could kill hundreds of people, tens of people. 49 people in Orlando. We gotta work
like
off
30
that
minutes.
momentum,
You know what I mean?
to
Like,
get
it was a short.
passed.
People. There's a great amount of people dying in a really short amount of time with these automatic weapons that we should not have access to on a regular general level in terms of the population.
It's so sad that these mass casualties keep on happening and we can't get anything passed. in Congress. But the House sit-in was definitely very inspiring because that type of grassroots stuff in the 1960s and 1970s during the civil rights movement really drew attention to how black people were basically had unequal rights to white people in America. The March on Washington was in 1963. The next year, the Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964. Voting Rights Act was passed in 1965. And it's just it was a very effective method, and to do this somewhere in the House of Representatives, to really get in their face and tell them we are standing in solidarity against mass casualties, mass gun violence, and we're not going to let money take any more lives. That's a very powerful statement, and it's very humanizing to a lot of senators, a lot of congressmen who make these big time decisions all the time and don't think of the effect that it has on the little people. It's very humanizing having all those Democrats come together in solidarity, join together, protest, and say, no, this is something, we're going to disrupt what's going on until we can do something about this situation.
If that's the only way to get done, it is like, unfortunately, it's like the only way to get done at this point, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that it has to come to this, but whatever works. It's an important
And then
issue.
Fox News wants to give all the Democrats shit for it, and it's like, the fuck Fox News.
Yeah, the Fox is definitely...
we try not to be biased, but let's be a little logical here, people. We try to be as like logical as we can, and what the Democrats are doing kind of makes sense given the circumstances. I don't know, I feel like there's been like school shootings since forever now.
Yeah.
Like Columbine happened in 98?
Columbine was 98. Was Columbine an actual school?
Yeah, Columbine High School.
That was a high school, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one. There was Virginia Tech that was in 2006, I think.
Yeah, I remember being in like 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, no, not 8th grade. 10th or 11th grade.
Yeah, it was in middle school or high school.
Yeah, biology class, and we heard about that.
Yeah.
And then it was like an elementary school shooting a couple years ago. In Pennsylvania, yeah, that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we need some gun control.
There are various ways to target this. Mental health is incredibly important.
Always down to talk about mental health. Just like, I don't know, mental health just seems like the root. A little mental health and communication goes a long way. And at the end of the day, so
sad. That's so true, Preezy, and it's so sad that people don't want to talk about mental health. I feel like there's still a stigma to it.
Definitely.
Yep. Well, that got really serious really quick.
What else we got? Cavaliers, Brexit, House sit-in.
Yep. I guess we could get on more personal levels, talk about our week, some things that really stuck out to us.
Okay, yeah. I don't think last week we talked about Gucci Mane being free. I just want to mention Gucci Mane free.
He's out there.
In case people didn't know. Yeah, he dropped a lot of tracks.
Can they see Gucci Mane in this video?
No, they can't see Gucci Mane in this video.
Okay, we'll probably get a shot of Gucci Mane.
We'll get a shot of Gucci Mane at the end of this video, but Gucci Mane's been dropping fire, man. He dropped Back on Road with Drake. What else did he drop? He dropped All My Children, just talking about how
this is after he got out.
Yeah, after he got out. It's been like first day out the feds, and then he dropped a verse. He dropped 2 verses on Kanye's song Champions.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit's fire. And then
Kanye, Drake.
No, okay, yeah, you're right. It was first day out the feds, and then he dropped Back on Road with Drake. Okay. And then he dropped a song with Kanye called Champions, and it has like Travis Scott, Designer,
man,
Yo Gotti, 2 Chainz, Kanye, of course, and that's everybody. I think Big Sean's on there.
Oh, Big Sean,
including Gucci Mane. Yeah,
dude, that's so many big names, and
that's Kanye's song. What do you expect?
True, dude. Kanye is great at bringing people in, man. His Life of Pablo had so many great
Farnsworth Bentley is actually the reason why Gucci Mane's on that song. Farnsworth's from Atlanta, Gucci Mane's from Atlanta. So Kanye and Farnsworth in the studio, and Kanye's like, after that Gucci line.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Yeah.
This guy's from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Side note: Representative John Lewis, who is a civil rights leader who is leading the House in, also from Atlanta.
Nice plug in. Yeah, so Farnsworth Bentley, P Diddy's like former assistant or whatever. He's in the studio of Kanye.
He's former assistant. Okay.
Kanye drops a line about I'm about to go Gucci in the Gucci store. So what Farnsworth explains it as he ended up hitting Gucci because of that line, and like of course Gucci wants to be on a Kanye song, you know. So that happened this week.
Doesn't?
Since Gucci's been out,
Doesn't.
And then he dropped All My Children, which is just great. He just talks about how all the rap people in the game right now are his kids. Like Fetty Wap will tell you, Gucci Mane's a huge influence. A lot of these cats out of Atlanta will tell you Gucci Mane's a huge influence. I don't know, everybody. Like Bobby Shmurda was a Gucci Mane fan, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, Gucci Mane just has like a large presence in the hip hop like culture, like in terms of people my age that are being rappers now,
right?
Who've had influence.
I think that's smart that he's doing so much like right after he got out of jail. That's pretty. It seems very impressive to me.
And then him being super fit helps a ton.
Okay, yeah, he's got that physical persona for the videos, music.
Yeah, he went
videos.
from that to like being super fit. Have you seen New Gucci Mane?
I guess he was in jail, writing songs.
Yeah, I don't think Chris has seen New Gucci Mane, but we can move on from Gucci.
I have not.
Birthday Bash took place, which is just a huge like concert, I guess.
Oh, where is this at?
In Atlanta.
Okay.
And it's a huge hip hop concert. 50 Cent got really pissy because they wanted him off stage like 1 minute early.
The way 50 Cent talks is pretty funny to me because the way I guess it sounds kind of like his rap, but it's more of a lisp when I hear him talk.
Yo, I never noticed the lisp, but even 50 acknowledges that he has kind of a lisp,
Yeah, I can kind of hear it, yeah.
Yeah, but I never noticed until someone mentioned it. I had to like really listen closely. Yeah, I heard a lisp though. But anyways, he had 1 minute left on his set, and it was T.I. and Jeezy's turn. I guess it was T.I. It's from what I read. It was T.I. and Jeezy's turn,
right?
And the DJ wanted him off or whatever, so they get next set going. And 50's like, I have 1 more minute. He just blew a temper tantrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So T.I. You said Yeezy.
T.I. and Jeezy, Young Jeezy.
T.I., Young Jeezy, and 50 were on stage.
50 was on stage with his crew performing, and then they wanted him off stage so Young Jeezy and T.I. could get on stage.
Oh, gotcha.
That was like 50 was a set by himself and his squad, and they won the next set, which was T.I. and Jeezy.
So he wasn't like in the middle of a song or anything, was he?
He might have been.
Oh,
I think they should have gave him. Regardless, I think they should have gave him his minute for sure.
You're right.
Like 50's a big name, and he went off on a tantrum where he was like, I don't know. He said like, you better love yourself more than anyone ever loves you, and it was like some deep shit he said at the end. And then he was just angry. He was like, "You telling me I can't get 1 more minute? Man, they should have hated on me in 2003. That was when you wanted to hate on me." It's like, hell yeah, I don't know. He just said, he's like, I filed for bankruptcy.
It's not
Tell
like,
Donald Trump did too.
It's not like the early 2000s anymore, where like 50 was like, it's not like Candy Shop just dropped.
Yeah, or he was polarizing rather. But yeah, that's what happened at Birthday Bash. And then Kevin Gates, he had a weird interview where he was just like awkward. Y'all should Google that. Kevin Gates Birthday Bash interview. I think y'all get a kick out of that. Well, that's all I have for hip hop news.
Yeah, just
if that's relevant for anybody.
Yeah, just a random note about the podcast. I listened to the last one, and I definitely said I think a lot. So just want to let you guys know that if I do say that, it may be something I'm a little bit unsure about. So yeah, it's just a heads up about that. So. But
that's New Gucci Mane.
All about personal experiences. Yeah, he's definitely much more ripped.
Much more ripped, dude.
Oh, we're talking about Gucci Mane, by the way.
Like, compared to this Gucci Mane? Like, come on. Just look, this guy's big. Before and after, I guess. Yeah, dude, look at that guy. It's a big cat.
Oh man, I did not
like
know
seriously,
about
he lost
the
a lot of
belly.
weight. He like
Yeah, dude.
hopefully he won't die like really soon.
That's like a really big beer gut, or like maybe
do you
like
see
a
that?
pregnant dad look.
Yeah, dude, 50-pound weight
Yeah,
loss.
dude,
That.
that's impressive. I didn't know about the belly. I can't really see the belly in that picture.
Some people just don't get
there.
the Gucci Mane. They just trap god for life.
Yeah.
What's the Greensboro sit-in about? You have that written down.
Oh,
Science
right.
Center. You went to the Science Center.
I
Yeah, tell us about that.
I did. So, I guess it all started yesterday when I went to see Finding Dory. Great film. Definitely recommend it. So I definitely I don't want to give any spoilers, but I can talk a little bit about the movie. There was this one mini movie that was right before Finding Dory.
Why don't you just talk about the museum?
Oh, well, this kind of leads up to the museum
word?
because, like, just, like, seeing those, like, fish interact with each other made me want to, like, go to the museum, see, like, some fish and animals and stuff.
That's all you had to say.
Just kind of random.
That didn't give away the movie at all. You said you saw all those fish interact with each other in the movie.
Well, I was going to talk about the mini movie, which was, like, maybe, like, 5 or 10 minutes. That was, like, right before the movie.
What was that about?
It was, like, it had really nothing to do with Finding Dory, but basically it was, like, this, like, little baby bird, and it's, like, basically, like, learning about, like, life, learning about how to get food and stuff. They're on a seashore. It pecked his head in to get some shells, but basically it was kind of cool because the little baby bird had learned about how to avoid a crash of water, like a wave, from a hermit crab. Basically, dig a hole into the sand, hide yourself in the sand, and then you don't get taken away with the current.
Yeah.
And the current crab showed them that, so it was kind of cool because it's like different species learning from each other. Greensboro Museum was pretty cool too because they had a lot of different species like interacting with each other and stuff too. One exhibit I really enjoyed was the penguin exhibit. They had
penguins?
Yeah, dude, they had a penguin feeding.
Like legit penguins were there?
Yeah, dude. So the Greensboro Science Center, I definitely enjoyed it. It's mostly for little kids, I would have to say, but it really brings out the kid in you. So it was maybe $12.50 for a ticket. It's a museum, an aquarium, and a zoo. So it's got a lot there. But yeah,
a museum, aquarium, and a zoo.
Yeah, dude, it's trifecta. But yeah, the penguins were pretty cool. Apparently most penguins do not live in Antarctica. Apparently most penguins, yeah.
In Latin America?
In Antarctica? Well, like...
Where do most of them live?
Oh, most of them... So there's some that live in South America, like the coast of South America. There's the South African penguins, which I saw, which were on the coast of, like, the southwest coast of Africa. There are some that live in New Zealand, some that live in Australia. There's maybe, like, 17 to 19... different types of penguins, but only 2 of them actually live off of Antarctica. Word. So the ones I saw were like chilling in like a tropical climate. Like the average climate for them is maybe 68 degrees. So they're living it up.
There's not a lot of penguins in Antarctica because everybody fucked the world up with global warming. Just saying.
Yeah, they're probably dying out because of that. Thanks, polar bears.
Think about that next time you decide to throw away a plastic bottle in a trash can instead of recycling it.
Yeah, man. Sustainability is important. We gotta
That's key success.
Keep this world going. Major key. I like that.
Word. Greensboro Science Museum sounds dope.
Yeah, it was a great value. I feel like $12.50. Learned a lot. It was really cool, and they are AZA certified, which is like the certification like zoos and aquariums have to go through. Association of Zoos and Aquariums is what AZA stands for. Okay. So they are AZA certified. They get reviewed. I'm not exactly sure how often they get reviewed, but they get reviewed by the AZA to see if they're, treating animals humanely. And there were some animals that were shy. They kind of just stayed hidden in the corner. But most of the animals I saw were actually like really enjoyed the attention and kind of like got out there. Yeah.
So you don't think we should not have zoos and shit?
Yeah, no, that's what I
enjoyed it.
I thought the confinement would kind of take away from their freedom, but for example the African penguins, they usually live like 30 years in confinement in zoos, and in the wild they usually live 70. They usually live 20 years. So that's much better
Life expectancy, yeah.
Yeah, better life expectancy in captivity. So.
Which one's more fun?
Right, yeah.
What if living out in the wild is more fun than living in confinement? They just don't know it.
That's why I really appreciated the Greensboro Science Museum, because like the animals they're like very close to each other. Like the ones that like can live next to each other and would be in the same ecosystems, they have them interacting with each other. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yo, did you see Burger King drop that? They didn't drop it, but they have a new food item, I guess. The mac and cheese Cheeto or something. Cheese Cheeto.
I did not hear about this. The few times I've been to Burger King, I have not been a fan.
When was the last time you went?
It's probably been a few months.
Last time I went to Burger King. I haven't been to Burger King in a while either.
It's just there's.
I used to love their apple pies. I didn't like McDonald's apple pies because they were like a bar, but I like Burger King's apple pies because you actually eat it with a fork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I never tried the apple pie.
I mean, it comes in a box, so it's not that great.
Right.
Yeah.
McDonald's apple pie.
It comes in a box too.
It's like 50 cents, dude.
No, they want us to get diabetes.
Yep.
But this is the mac and Cheeto. Yeah. So they took.
Goodness.
They took. It's just basic mac and cheese that's been deep fried, and the crust is like Cheeto dust, basically. Cheeto crumbles and dust. Yeah.
Oh man. So
but
deep fried mac and cheese.
It looks like an orange hush puppy with mac and cheese as a filling, right?
Oh man.
That's what it looks like. How's that appetizing? I mean, yeah, I guess if we actually made if we made one, that'd be good. But I can't imagine Burger King's being good.
Mass producing that stuff. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Seeing that image, it seems so appealing to me. The way they're marketing that, but I could imagine when you actually get it at Burger King, it would look a little nasty and taste. Yeah. How far into it are we?
I have no idea. It can't have been 30 minutes yet. What else is there to talk about? Ooh, should have more to talk about. I don't remember anything. Last week was boring. I ended up working all week.
Oh,
and then, I worked all week.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah, unfortunately, gotta make that money. I worked all week. That's about it. I didn't do much.
I actually had 2 days off because my professor was traveling. I don't know where exactly he's at right now, but he wasn't there on Thursday and Friday, so didn't have class that day. So that was nice. Give me time to relax and spend more time doing things I enjoy this weekend, like going to see Finding Dory and going to the museum.
Oh yeah, I want to ask how Finding Dory was. That's just gonna ruin it for me. I don't know if I'll ever see it.
Right. It was really good.
No, I mean I don't know if I'll ever see it in the sense that I never end up watching the movies I need to go see.
Oh yeah.
I never have time to go, and then by the time when I do have time to go, everybody else is busy, so I don't have anybody to go with. Right. I'm not trying to go to movie theaters alone. I've done that before. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just like a little weird.
Yeah, the movies are weird. It's like I feel like I have to pick and choose the movies I want to watch.
It's like $11 to go to the movie,
right?
So you gotta make sure you watch a good movie, otherwise you just wasted $11.
Anywhere from like $8 to $14 to go see a movie. Then you got
3D is like 16 almost.
Oh yeah, like I don't even fuck with 3D anymore, dude. I don't even watch 3D. It kind of hurts my head. Yeah. Then you got the concession stands. You know you want that buttery popcorn.
Yeah, man, popcorn's only good in the movie theater.
They put so much butter on there,
I don't know.
It is so good.
Yeah, well, it's best when you can. Yeah. At South Point, you can they'll put the butter on there. Some places they have a butter dispenser where you can just go.
Oh, you can put it on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, just go in on the butter.
That's my shit.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean this past time I brought in a few snacks with me, and they didn't say anything about it. But
they didn't notice it.
I had it in a little baggie that I wear on my back.
Okay.
They didn't check it, so which is surprising as a brown guy in America. They wouldn't check my bag in a movie theater.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not one of South Point's policies.
I brought in candy to the movie theater before for show. It's easy to do it at some malls. I mean, it's easy to go to the movie theater at most malls, because they have a candy store, and you just buy some candy and stuff in your pant pocket.
Right. It's like, yeah, he probably just bought that from the concession store.
Yeah. There's that. Finding Dory was good though.
Oh man, it was really good. It was really good.
That's good.
It was a great.
Some movies these days just kind of suck. Not like they. Movies just aren't the same, you know. They don't invoke that same sense of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think they do. Maybe I just haven't seen a good movie in a long time. But like Finding Dory, when I watched Finding Dory, but when I watched Finding Nemo, that was some hard shit. I was like really heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So did Finding Dory do that?
Definitely draws on the heartstrings for sure.
Was Finding Dory more fun, or was it like that where it had like it's?
It was still really fun.
Like touched your soul kind of deal.
It was like you know, Dory is seen by a lot of people as having an impediment, short-term memory, but she's also like a very unique character and like has such a great personality and such great positivity, and she lives in the moment, which is something that's like it's really brought out in Finding Dory. And
so it's a fun movie.
Oh yeah, it's
okay,
really
so it's
fun.
It's not deep
really
like it doesn't get heavy like Finding Nemo does.
There is heavy parts, but that's what makes it. That's what makes it good.
It's
like,
balanced.
It's great to see. You'll definitely think about your parents a lot. If you have kids, you'll definitely think about your kids a lot. It'll make you think about get you emotional about your parents or your kids. But yeah, it's really fun too. It's fun. It's great. Great film.
Forgot to mention Riff Raff dropped his album yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Riff Raff dropped an album. Future dropped him. DJ Esco, the coolest DJ in the world, aka Future's DJ, he dropped a mixtape with a lot of Future on it.
Okay.
And then
This was this past week?
Yeah, yesterday was when the DJ Esco Future mixtape came out, and Peach Panther by Riff Raff. And then Wale dropped a mixtape last week. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last podcast, but I wanted to mention it because I listened to it last week and I listened to it again today. I enjoyed it. Like Wale's that fun. I've always enjoyed Wale. Big Wale fan.
How long has he been in the game?
Since like 06.
Okay.
Yeah. I think 07 is when he gained notoriety, like a little notoriety where he started buzzing. Okay. And then like 09 he dropped an album on Interscope. It didn't do super great because he had a song with Lady Gaga, Chillin'. And Lady Gaga was Lady Gaga was fairly huge for that time in 09. Right. And then Wale did a song with her. Maybe it was 08. Regardless, that little time frame. And his album didn't do too well when it was on Interscope Records. But then Rick Ross signed him a couple of years down the line, and I think his career's been doing very well.
Okay.
I'd like to see it go bigger because he seems like he deserves it. He bitches a lot in interviews, but I'm a Wale fan.
Nice. What was your favorite album by him?
By him?
Yeah. Or song? Do you prefer listening to his music as an album or like individual songs?
Yo, his Folarin mixtape is straight fire.
His mixtape?
I love his Folarin
What's it called?
Folarin. Folarin.
Okay.
Yeah, and then his albums, I love The Gifted, and I loved the album About Nothing. I guess those were both. Oh, he had another album before that. I forgot what it's called. The Ambition. His first album on MMG was Ambition, I think, and I was a fan. I just like The Gifted and the album About Nothing were just really hard because he had a mixtape series called the Mixtape About Nothing, I think, which was a spinoff of Seinfeld. Because they'd always have the episode about this, the episode about that for Seinfeld episode titles. Do you get that? Does that make sense?
Wait a second. They have episode titles for
Seinfeld.
Right. Okay. And I didn't watch a lot of Seinfeld.
That's fine, but that's what they would call the Seinfeld episodes. They'd be like the episode where Kramer does this, the episode where Seinfeld gets into this.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So Wale's a big Seinfeld fan, made mixtapes called The Mixtape About Nothing.
Okay.
And then he was able to. I think he made a couple mixtapes about nothing, maybe one or two. And then he dropped the album About Nothing, which was like another.
Okay, and they did the Seinfeld titles for all three of those?
And it was really good, because he got Jerry Seinfeld on the album.
Oh.
Yeah, to like talking shit.
That's impressive.
Did some interviews with him for promo. It was cool. I liked it. That was really dope.
I feel like Jerry Seinfeld...
He's the man.
Yeah. It's alright.
What?
Yeah, I actually haven't seen a lot of his actual stand-up, so I can't say for sure, and I haven't watched a lot of Seinfeld. Usually I get into an episode of Seinfeld like halfway in, and I don't know what's going on. So maybe I haven't like taken the time to appreciate Jerry Seinfeld and Seinfeld. But
you should just binge watch.
Yeah, it's just like
you should just
not happening now.
Just start from episode 1 and like, just go
back to the 90s where they dressed really well.
Exactly, just
or
like
dressed really terrible.
Yeah, maybe.
And
I guess they didn't have a reason to care. I think we just care so much because we're always on social media and we have access to TV so much that we're always being told what we need to look like.
Yeah, I could see
that.
So
I think more people care now because we're forced to have to care. Because we could be like in a camera at any moment. Like we're in front of the camera. You know what I mean?
Right.
We gotta like look decent.
People magazine, so many different types of.
Or just like your friends taking a Snapchat of you. You don't look like shit in your Snapchat.
Exactly. Yeah. People their Facebooks, their Snapchat stories. Gotta look on fleek. Gotta
look on fleek.
Gotta have your nails done, your hair did.
Exactly. Something else to talk about. Oh yeah, in terms of binge watching, I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like I binge watched that on Hulu. Shout out to James. He left his Hulu account on my roommate's smart TV.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, so I binge watched like 3 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Andy Samberg is really funny. I already knew he was funny, but yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is really funny. And then what else did I binge watch? I binge watched Community. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I binge watched that a couple weeks ago.
I feel like I would enjoy Community.
Yeah, you would. Donald Glover is basically just Troy and Abed in the morning. That's Donald Glover and this dude in the show have this thing. Donald Glover's name is Troy, and then Abed's name is Abed. So they have this thing at the end where they go Troy and Abed, like this little bit. Mm-hmm. So Troy and Abed in the morning was like one of their things to do.
In the morning, they sing that song.
Yeah, like because they're having like they're in a community college, so they have a fake like morning show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do they videotape it and stuff?
Yeah, but it's only at the end of the show, and it's like 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Like one of those little bits where the credits are rolling, and you see that. Yeah.
The little mini series.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's all I get. That's all I really got this week.
Oh, I have not been following DJ Khaled a lot on Snapchat lately. I mean, he gets really repetitive, but dude, is he about to have a baby?
I don't know. I haven't been following him really recently either. I've been too happy with Gucci Mane Snapchats. Gucci Mane Snapchats are great. I don't know what it is. I think it's Guwop Snap. GUWOPSNAP. My Snapchat is PreezusNC. PREEZUSNC. And then my Twitter is PreezyNC. PREEZYNC.
Yeah,
do you have any social media to share?
Yeah, I'll share it in a bit. I just need to figure out what my Snapchat handle is.
I have an Instagram too, but there's no pictures on that. I know y'all don't care about that shit.
But yeah, dude, DJ Khaled was like rubbing up on this lady's belly, and it was just like zoomed in, so I couldn't really see the face. And he was like,
I guess his wife's pregnant,
your son, or something like that. That's
DJ
awesome.
Khaled's crazy.
So positive, man. It's really great
to have kids. Kids
suck.
No,
he's just like a positive guy.
Oh yeah. We don't have enough of that. A lot of people suck.
Need some positivity up in her.
What's your Snapchat, Chris? Let the streets know. Let the internet know. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if y'all haven't already. Don't be an ass. Or subscribe to SoundCloud, please.
Yes.
We'll send you nice. I don't know. Send us an email. Send us a comment or something. We'll send emails and comments back being like thank you with 1,000 emojis. I don't know what else to do.
Oh yeah, guys, this is definitely a working process for us, but it's exciting. So we definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. It's a little new to me. After we recorded last week, I was not sure going into it whether it'd be something that I would want to publicize. But after hearing it, I was like, man, I really enjoyed this conversation that we had. So I was like, yeah, let's publish it. Let's publicize this. And I want to hear what you guys have to say. Any type of criticism. I may be offended at first. Like, to be honest, I'm a human being, so I might be an asshole if you give me any type of criticism. But give it to me anyways, because at the end of the day, I'll probably learn from it. So let's hear what you guys have to say. It can only make us better. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
I'm pretty apathetic about my existence, so I would appreciate the criticism.
That's not true. You come off as being so, but I wouldn't say that's true.
I appreciate the criticism. As apathetic about existence, I don't know. I kind of am. Like, I don't really think my existence really matters. Like, I'm here because I have to be, you know, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, so I might as well take advantage of that. Exactly. I don't want to die for sure. Like, I don't have any reason to die yet, but like, I am pretty apathetic about my existence. I feel like my existence doesn't mean much. I have a lot to offer.
We are all one small piece of a giant system working together.
Right, and I know a lot of pieces don't matter at the end of the day.
Maybe not.
And I know I'm one of those pieces that definitely... we just don't matter at the end of the day. That's my take.
We gotta do what we can, though.
Right, we have to do what we can. What else can we do?
Right, what else can we do?
Yeah, that's what we're stuck with. So that's what we're out here doing. We just do what we can. And I'm doing this. And rapping. So follow us on SoundCloud and etc. And follow me on SoundCloud. I'm Preezy. I'll leave information in the sections below on the YouTube channel and the SoundCloud post respectively. I think to the best of my ability. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just starting off with SoundCloud. I haven't used it much before, so I'm kind of new to it. But yeah, follow me on Snapchat. Xavier6 on Snapchat. Follow me.